Hey friends, Pamela here with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country in Fredericksburg, Texas. Welcome to today's Restoring Joy Through Scrapbooking. We're going to have a lot of fun today. This is a recording, by the way. I'm not live, and that is because my husband scheduled a special event for us tonight that starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And normally I would go live at 6 p.m. Central Time. So obviously that's not going to happen today. So I'm recording this earlier in the day on Thursday, and I'll be uploading, or I have uploaded it to YouTube. And it should go to Facebook as well, at least for the next 30 days. Since it's not live, though, it might be there longer. I'm not sure how that works. So, anyways, let's get started. I have the Keeping Traditions Scrapbooking Workshop Kit that I'm working on over the next couple of weeks. Last Thursday, I introduced you to the kit, and I shared that when you purchase the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit through me, the link is down in the description, then I will send you a free package of the traditional sparkling sequins. All right. So they may come with your kit. They may come after your kit. You can purchase it, the scrapbooking kit, through the link in the description through PayPal, or you can also purchase it by going directly to my website, and then you can add on other products as well if you like. And the sequins will come separate from your order, of course. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. So I had to grab my Keeping Tradition scrapbooking kit. And also, I'm not going to try to edit this video because I really don't have time. So you might see a few different things that are going on. Let's see. You know, with all these new iMac Apple updates, I've been having to figure out where everything is. We'll do that. I'm putting on my focus so I don't get distracted with text messages and so forth. Though, while I'm recording this, I am going to just peek real quick at my messages to make sure I'm not missing anything from Jeff. I have a ministry teams thread that's been going kind of crazy today. So let me just double check. I think that's them. All right. So let's just jump back into it. Let's see. This is what I would normally do when I'm live. So if you've been following me for the last couple of days, just real quick, you've probably seen that I've rearranged my scrapbook studio again, and I brought in a table that is waist high, so it comes up to about right here to me, and I have a little bit different background because I'm right up against the window over here. So I'm going to be doing some rearranging back here too, just to make things more accessible so that when I turn around, my stamps are right there. Maybe I can move back and show you some of the stuff. I've got stamps pads down here along with some odds and ends of things on my turntable that I love. So everything's probably going to get kind of switched, kind of like they do in the grocery stores. That drives people crazy, but hopefully it'll help me out a little bit so I'm not having to reach way over this way to get things off the calyx that I have back here. So I'm still getting used to it, but super excited to be able to stand up, get off my rear end a little bit. My tailbone and my back have been bothering me a lot because I've been sitting way too much. So, and then also you might see I've got readers on. I've just picked those up at Walmart on Sunday because I'm having problems seeing up close. So I've got contacts that are made for, they're not bifocals, but one is near distance, one is far distance. and they're not working that great. So I don't know what's going on because I just got new contacts this summer. So readers it is. Think I got some kind of cute ones. Goes with my leopard print. All right, so let's get busy. I'm going to switch the camera. I think I have it all set up finally, configured so that it's going to work well. We'll see what happens. All right, so everything looks good right now. I've got it set up, so I've got two Versa mats here, so we can work on both of the pages kind of at the same time, because I'm going to try to do this a little quicker and faster, especially since I'm recording. So let's go through what we've got here. We've got the Keeping Traditions stamp set, which is, it coordinates with the Keeping Traditions Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. Of course, you could use it for card making as well, but we're using it as scrapbooking today. So I'm going to lay it off over here because I have a little bit more room on this side of my table. Here, let me show you real quick. I'll zoom out a little bit more and y'all can kind of see what I've got going on here. So there's my table, there's my feet. I've got a table over here, just a 4-foot regular table so I can sit at it on the other side. And then I have my computer right here, my keyboard's up under there. Of course, I have my mouse. And then over here, I have my blocks and my adhesives. Yeah, all of my adhesives and my tools. So I think this is going to work out really well. I'm excited for it. So like I've even got a little tray for all my different adhesives here. I think I'm going to tape all these down in this space so I don't accidentally knock them off the edge of the table, like using some tear and tape or something eventually. So we'll see. And then, so I've got quite a bit of space, enough room that I can pile up a few things. I probably have about 8 inches over on this side, on either side really, but I've got most of my tools and stuff over here, so it limits this side. So just thought I'd give you a little sneak peek at that setup. And then we'll zoom back in so y'all can see everything good. And let's get going. Okay, so this is the Keeping Traditions Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. I've already completed these 2 pages with a few modifications. Today we'll be doing project 2, and also I will include a few alterations to it as well. I've already pre-cut everything ahead of time. So when you get your scrapbooking workshop kit, you would just go through the steps. It'll show you the patterns and the orientation, like if the stripes need to be up and down or going sideways. And then it has asterisks on here. Let me see. Like right here, there's a little asterisk by the A. That means that it's this side of the paper, the back side. And then these other 2, you're using the front side of the paper. And then you've got your instructions. So this is what we did last week. And tonight we'll be doing these. So I'm going to put this over to the side as well. Now this may be where I end up wanting to get some type of an easel or something so that I can set it up and be able to see well. We'll kind of see what I can come up with or what I can find on Amazon maybe that won't take up any more of my table space because I don't need that to happen. Before we get into that right there, let me refresh and remind you about our first Stamping Up craft class, Traditions of Christmas. There'll be a live viewing October 23rd at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, or you can view it later on demand. Now, it is a, what am I wanting to say? There is a fee to it. It's $30 for the workshop. This is a card making workshop, and it'll be featuring the Traditions of Christmas Sweet collection. Now there's several products that are already sold out and may not and probably won't be available before the live class, but there are some recommendations that I can make to you. You could also use whatever products you have on hand. So that's just something to consider. I'll put the link to that down in the description so you'll have more information about that. Also comes with the additional supplies list And again, some of these things have changed because of some of the products are not available. So here is the page that I created last week. Let me real quick go over the other few products that we have to use. We're going to use the black and white and gold baker's twine, probably just the gold and white. And then we have the beautiful real red glimmered, let me find that shiny ribbon. They've got it in all the languages, so you have to find English, at least I do. And of course, we'll be using the traditional sparkling sequins that you can get for free when you purchase the scrapbooking kit from me. Now through October 31st, I'm offering that. And then here is, let's look over the page just real quick that we did last week. We added the ribbon. I did a little bit of splattering, a little bit of stamping. Let me look and see. I think that was, and then we added the sequins, which aren't included in the kit, but you'll get those free. And then there's page 2. If you join me live, I didn't have my photos or journaling prepared yet. I don't have them prepared tonight either. So tomorrow I'll share the finished layouts with you. We created a hidden journaling pocket. So I did what I ended up doing and deciding, which I didn't share last week, was the sticker sheet comes with numbers. So I'm going to do a December daily type album. So I could do 5 to 10 2x2 or two 12 by 12 scrapbook layouts to create a whole album. Years ago, Close to My Heart did this, and it's one of my favorite albums that I have. So I can do it with this suite of products, not only the scrapbooking workshop kit, but also the suite collection with the extra designer series paper. So I created this little tag using one of the tabs from the punch outs, and then put my journaling on there. And you might can see I used some shipping label, clear shipping label, to print that out and add it to this little tag. And then we have a little pocket here. So more stamping and splattering and sequins. Did some stamping even right down there. All right, so I'm going to set that aside and we're going to get busy because I don't have a ton of time to get this done. So this is our packet for tonight. We'll also want to have our sticker sheets. I'll keep that handy. This is what we'll be doing next week. So this is project number 3. And then these are all my scraps. And on October 23rd, I will be doing an additional 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layout using my scraps, plus maybe a couple of other pieces like white willow cardstock and so forth. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. I'm going to set the sticker sheet over here on my table so it's easy to access. Let's dig into what we got here. I've got the punch outs already, so we'll just have to grab the stickers in a minute. As we're putting the page together, we'll see where we can add a little bit of stamping. We'll do some splattering. So I need to grab my Secret C. So this is my dark Secret C stamping blend. So we'll keep that handy over here. I have also over here my ink pads that coordinate with this collection. So Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, and Secret C. All right, so we have 2 sheets. I'm going to take these. Let me see. I'm going to make room real quick. I've got my photo place cards. I'll add, I think I have what I need there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to keep my instructions right over here so I can see them. I'll put my stamp pad down there as well. All right, just had to get a sip of something to drink before we get going. Okay, let me see. 4:41 my time. I just have to watch the time and my messages because Jeff will be on his way home in just a little bit. but I'm hoping to get done with this before then. All right, so we have this beautiful paper. Let's kind of look at the design. I don't think it matters which way you put it. It's kind of a random pattern, but this is pre-printed. So this is pretty cool. I like the way they did it this time because they created a border for us, and then the inside is a printed paper, and we're going to get to color on it a little bit. So I'm going to take all of this and set it up underneath my instructions. And then this one we'll put down too. So this may take just a few minutes to do. But some of the extra tools that you would want to have if you were just following along with the instructions, you would want an old olive ink pad along with the Wink of Stella. So we're going to do some coloring on here. So I'm going to press so that I have some ink right here. And then per the instructions, we're going to squeeze just a little bit of the Wink of Stella here. So instead of water, we're using Wink of Stella. And let's see, I guess maybe it doesn't matter so much. Mine doesn't have to look just like theirs, right? So I'm just going to go in here and color in, like that's a lot came out right then. Oops, it's dripping crud. Wipe it off real quick. And make sure that no more is coming out. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to flip this around because that's going to be covered. Let's try again. Okay, I'm just going to do, so maybe test this on a scrap to make sure you don't have that same problem where more Wink of Stella is coming out than you want. And you're just going to go through here and color in a few of, it's going to do it again, the leaves. I can see some right here. And you don't have to do, of course, you don't have to do the whole page because a lot of it's going to be covered up. This is helpful with my readers on. If you want it to be a little bit darker, you could go back in and add a little bit more in some places. Add some shading. Just grab a little bit more color. Like I said, we're not doing everything. I was kind of looking to see what I got up here. I have some leaves up here. Now, if you want to rotate your page to match up exactly with this, you could totally do that. They're kind of hard to see. There we go. Well, that may be supposed to be red, but we're going to go green. And then just keep kind of looking and going around and adding some, see some right here. You have to look pretty closely to be able to see it. I like that. I don't think that wasn't a whole leaf that I colored earlier. There we go. I like this now. I'm seeing it a little bit better after you stare at it for a minute, then it starts kind of coming together. All right, so I might come back in here once we have more of the items, the pieces on the page. And then we kind of know where we want to go in and add more things, more color. I see several here. There's some. So you're just trying to differentiate the poinsettia leaves from the foliage, I guess is what we would call it. And then you're just going to get kind of a shimmer effect, of course, because we're using the Wink of Stella. Let's see, I see something like right there. Maybe a little bit over in this area. Where might be able to see this. All right, so this is going to be a little time consuming. I see some more right in here now. Yeah, it's funny how it kind of pops out at you after you stare at it for a little bit. And if you really wanted to get wild, this could be your like a coloring sheet, and you could even color in the other pieces too to end up making it look like the designer series paper. Do I have anything down here? I see a little bit right here. All right, I'm going to pause the video for a second and finish this up and be right back. All right, so I think I've got most of that done. As you can see, just a couple of areas. Most everything else will be covered up with paper. You do want to make sure that you clean the tip of your Wink of Stella. I will do that later, but just wanted to remind you to do that. All right, so next, let's see what papers we have here. Let's see, we don't need any of these at the moment. So let's gather those up. We've got some layering we're going to do over here with some scallops. I love that these are already done for us. This one I think is going to go on the left side of the page. I think this one goes over here. I think I'm going to do the light side probably. We'll see what the instructions actually say here in 1 second. Something like that we're going to need. We have some mats, photo mats, that are probably 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. One of these will go over here. Then I think everything else, oh, we've got this. So that's where that's going to cover up that little boo-boo that I had. So right around in that area. It looks like we have a sticker that's going to go down over here. And then this is going to go down here. I think I like the light side of the pool party best. I think we're going to have another little sticker strip right there. And then this will be built up underneath there. I'm just kind of putting things in the general area. And then this will be over here. I think, oh, and then we have 2 pictures over here. And we'll put that in our stash. Okay, so let's start over here. We'll begin by adhering this piece right here. And it should fit in there just right. We need a sticker. So let me grab my sticker sheet. All right, so we have these right here. This is going to be a thicker sheet, and I'm just gonna read real quick. This is piece 2A, adhere 2B, and the scallop piece. 2B, 2A. Prepare a wide sticker to the base page. Okay, I think it's gonna go up against it. I'm gonna have to trim it off a little bit. I didn't cut it down ahead of time. I'm gonna do it right there. It's nice with the stripes. It was really easy to do. But if you wanted to trim it down ahead of time, you would trim it down to 11 inches. Keep this piece because you could use it on our scraps later. I'm gonna stick it right back on here. Or I'll put it with my scraps, and I can use it on my bonus page. And then from here, we will adhere. I can move this out of the way. We will need more of it here in just a minute. Next, we will adhere this. Now, I don't think before I get started laying everything down, let's see, I think I will, just because I want to add a little bit of my own style to it. We'll do some more of the splatters. Let me look where focal points are. Like right down in here. I'm going to do a few splatterings right around. I'm being very gentle so that I don't get it all the way over here. And then I think I'll do a little bit right up in here. Kind of go around maybe in a little circle. And then let's look at, I go here, here, and then I think I'll do right over in this area. These are just some of the techniques that I did on project number 1. So I'm going to bring some of those same techniques in. Then let's go back to our pieces here. Got to get it on the right page. All right. So we can adhere this down. Now, if you wanted to use some dimensionals, you could do that. Now, it tells us to adhere it 2 inches from the top, so about the 10-inch, and I'm centering it right in between here. So that's piece 2B. Now we've got this. See these little pieces right here? When you punch these out, you may want to grab like a little sanding block or something, and you might can sand those off if you don't like them. Normally it doesn't bother me, but I'm noticing that one a little bit. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to put this down first. See, it says right there, project 2. We're going to put this 4 3/4 inches from the bottom. So about right here, and it's centered. So I guess the bottom of the scallop. I think that's straight. Then now we can start layering on these pieces. And we're just going to position these so they're about like that. They're going to overlap that right there. So I'll do this one first. And if you didn't pop up anything yet, this is also where you could pop some things up. And then if you wanted to pop up your photos, feel free to do that. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Now this will be probably, I'll do them in the order that, like my first pages were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. And then I'll do 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably. You could also, let me look at these. Everything's overlapping the photos. So you'd have to rearrange some elements if you wanted to add flip flaps to add even more. So I may wait and do that later on with some other things. Okay, so I think I have all the paper down. So now really it is adhering. Let me adhere these if I have enough of them. Just my photo placeholders, just so you can see what goes where. And then I can change them out with my photos. Probably tomorrow is when I'll get around to it. Let's go ahead and I'll just add this one, even though I got a little bit of splattering on it last week. But let's go ahead and add it to here. Now, I think I have about 20 minutes. Jeff said he was on his way. So I have a little bit more time than that, though. Our event doesn't start till 6:30, so. But I want to try to upload this before I leave. All right, so there's those. Now I can put all these back in my stash for my other projects. All right, so all of that's on. Let's adhere all of this, and then we can do our embellishments. That'll make it go a little bit quicker, I think. All right, set these aside. We need to build up this piece. So tell me in the comments what you think about making a December daily 12 by 12 album. I know many do like a 6 by 8 album. I've done that in the past. But honestly, I really loved it when we did our album retreat with Close to My Heart years ago. I think it's not that one. I think I'm going to do this piece. So we get 3 strips out of these stickers without having to cut anything. Anyhow, I would love to know if you would consider doing a 12 by 12 album. If you do 10 to 11 2-page layouts, whoops, I need to go to right here, then that's plenty for a scrapbook album. When we do our album retreats, we're usually doing about 10 to 11 12 by 12 layouts, so 2-page layouts. You want the 11th one is usually your title cover and then the back of your scrapbook, the last page. They can coordinate, but they end up at the front and the back, which I have to make some for my last album retreat our first album retreat that we did with Stamping Up. All right, I'm putting only adhesive right along the top edge, so not down at the scallops, because we're just going to center this right here. And we want to be able to tuck underneath the next one. So same thing, only put adhesive along the edge here. And then we got to get up underneath there. Sometimes this can be a little bit tricky. Whoops. I'm gonna bring it over here. I got a little bit of light shining in because it's later in the day, right when the sun's coming down. Just kind of wiggle it around until you can get it there. And then I'm just gonna bring it down probably about right there. Line up the edges. I think I've got it straight. Next is the polka dot. So this is a fun little technique. So we're going to have all this open under here. So this is where maybe I can do a little bit of extra stamping. You know, what would be fun with this too is maybe ruffling these up a little bit if you wanted to like roll them up some. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. Next, we'll do the pink. That one snuck up under there really easy that time. And then the poinsettia scallops. I think I mentioned last time that how much I enjoy, or I was so excited about this kit because of the poinsettias. Do you say poinsettia or poinsettia? So here in Texas, or I've always said poinsettia. Poinsettias, yeah. So don't laugh at me. I think that's everybody. It's kind of like pecan and pecan. All right, so there's all that. Next, we can add our photo. Is the next layer. And it's approximately, I'm just going to look at, it gives you dimensions, tells you like how far in to bring it, 1 7/8 inches. That's kind of hard to figure out. I'm just looking at the scallops and where it's showing on the page. Okay, there's that one. And then we've got this. I think I will put this one up with some dimensionals. I don't know that the instructions recommend, it does talk about stamping dimensionals, so you could add some things with dimension. But if you're a brand new scrapbooker, you don't have to do this step. You could just lay it all right flat to the page if you like. All right, and then this one looks like it's gonna overlap just a smidge right here. Okay, sorry, I keep getting my head in the shot. Okay, so that's the base of our layout right there. Now we can start doing some embellishing, some stamping maybe. Excuse me. So let me kind of lay some things out and we can figure out where everything's going to go that we have. Like I think it's going to come up right around here. So I guess I'm doing this side first. We have some stickers we're going to have to add as well. Fa la la. We can pop that one up here in a minute. And there's another sticker. There's that little tab. It's going to come out here somewhere. Again, there's a little bit of, did y'all see that? If you want to sand those off a little bit, this is just one of those little nail files. It's going to go somewhere in there. I think one of these is going to go over here with a sticker. Then let's move over to this side. This is another area where you could do another hidden journaling if you wanted to. I didn't want to repeat it this time since if you watched last time, but you could learn how to do that. Let's see, we're going to have a big sticker title down here. This is going to go somewhere right in here. I love that pink poinsettia. Right, somewhere like that. It looks like that's going to kind of hang off there. There's another white flower, and I'm trying to see where it goes. I'm not seeing it. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure about this one. It may end up on another page, so I'm going to set it aside. Okay, we can take this. I think I'm going to just adhere this one straight down so that it can go like right there, right up against the photo. Then I'll adhere this down too. Depending on our letters and words, I might can stamp something right there. All right, so I just had to let Jeff know real quick that I was wrapping up my live. So got that down. We need some stickers. I'm going to do the stickers pretty much the same way, but then we'll go in and add some stamping here and there. So this is the one that we need for our big title. Well, we have some more that we have to grab as well, but let's get this down. So this is going to go straight on here, I think. And it goes right up to the photos. And I want to be careful. I'm going to put it right in between right there. That way I can pull these up and put my actual photos down. So just right to the photos. It just barely touches right in there, but I can pull those out just fine. Then let's put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this pretty pink poinsettia. If you want to add some more, you can. I might do one right there and one right there too, since it's a big die. Also going to put just some adhesive right here. Let's get that built up. And ready to put down right. Let's see. I think I like it kind of like this. I think it has it. You don't have to do it exactly like that. Okay, so think about right. Move it over just a smidge. Okay, I think that's going to work. And then this is just going to go. Don't think you want it to go that way, so we'll just glue it. I think I will put a couple of dimensionals like down at the bottom here. Maybe right there. Not too high up, which we're going to, yeah, I think that'll work. So it's great if you have the regular size dimensionals and the mini ones. Of course, you can always take your regular ones and cut them in half or even quarter them maybe if you needed smaller pieces. All right, don't want to cover up any. I didn't put any adhesive up there. So maybe I want to put a little adhesive there and a little bit right there. If you don't want it to touch right there, maybe one more dimensional. Right up under here, okay? Just gotta pull the backing off. There we go. So it keeps that up as well. I need a trash can that's a little bit higher, I think. Okay, next we need some more of our little strips. We've got showing Making Magic, Deck the Halls. I love this color combination. That Secret Sea looks so pretty with so many of our color combinations. And I think I will just throw this down. It's just, they're kind of cattywampus. So, you know, it would be fun before I lay these down is to give them a little bit of a dovetail. So this is a little extra something you could do. I like that. And then actually, I think I like it going up under here a little bit, coming out from like this. So this is a little bit different than what it shows. Then we'll do deck the halls, and we're going to dovetail each one of these. If I can get them off my fingers. All right. Can y'all see? Sorry, I'm over there doing that. I don't know why. I'm way over there staring at my instructions, I guess. And so I want all of these to kind of come up underneath this. So this one will go about like that. And then trim the tree. Sorry, I don't know why I'm over there on the edge of my table. This one's kind of showing, not coming up from underneath there. So I wonder if I want to do like both sides. I think I will. Lately, I've not been a fan of just like putting square or rectangle pieces on my pages. I always want to like a dovetail or something. Yeah, that wasn't the best, but, and then you can put it like right. I think I'm just going to do it straight. All right, so I'm covering up a bunch of the lines, so there won't be a lot of journaling right here, or you could add in some additional lines if you wanted to. I may have put it on there upside down. I may should have turned it around the other way, but I'll make it work. It's okay. All right, so we have all those pieces down. Here it shows to put, oh, you could do that. They have these little stickers right here, but I want to look at my stamps first before I put anything right down there. There might be, I don't think there's, I'm looking. There's nothing that's small enough that'll fit in there. So we'll do December right there. So just adhere that. You could have popped it up if you wanted to. Let's get these things down over here, and then we'll come in and figure out where we're going to put the rest of our stamping and embellishments. I might tuck some of the twine. So this is going to go right over in here, about right there. Ah, I love these embellishments. They're so pretty. These dies, punch outs, I guess is what we're calling them. All right, you want it to go like right, line up right there and just a little bit away from. I think that'll work. Then this piece is going to go right over the picture. So I'm only going to put adhesive on this little area right back here. So then maybe I can, I'm going to put it, line it up there and line it up to the edge of that Secret C mat. So just like that. We have a sticker, maybe not. Let's see here. I think I'm missing a, I wonder if I put it in my other, I did, I see it already. All right, I'm grabbing my other kit because I think this goes up in here. We're gonna pop that up. Maybe it was the white one that I was supposed to put over there. I'm gonna do 2. And we'll go, we're covering up this little area right here, I think. And then I think, let's see, I can put, did I get it to where you can't see it? I think so. And that's all I'm going to do is that one dimensional, because I don't want it on, yeah, oops. But we got to make sure we see that. Guess I'll just turn it however you need to turn it so it kind of covers up that area right there. And Home for the Holidays, I think, is a sticker. So I've got this right here. And it's going to go like right in here. So we're going to need some dimensionals, I know, right along here. I wonder if I got it too close to be able to. The rest is going to go over top. So let's see if I can cut. I think I can do a dovetail, even with the dimensional I got right there. Guess we'll see once I get it off. Looks like I've got to cut a little bit of it off right there. Let's see how I can do that. Or I might have to pull it off. Let's do a little surgery so you can't see that. All these little pieces are sticking. Okay, now this is going to go right in here. It is going to go over the top of that just a little bit, so just lay it lightly and hopefully I can pull it up. Well, I will be able to. All right, so I think that's mostly all of our pieces. Now let's look and see what all the extra goodies that we could do. We've done our splattering already, but now we need to add some stamping, and I don't know if I'll get any ribbon unless we did an actual bow here instead. I've already put that down though. I don't know if we'll use any of this ribbon today. Could add some right up here. It might be fun to like make it look like a little faux bow. I think I like it this way better. I cut it this way, but I like the look of it like that better. Give me 1 second. If you are with me live, usually you know I have to let the dogs in and out. So I'm just going to do what I normally do as I'm recording. So I don't know. I can't really, maybe I can get this back up. I was just thinking maybe if because I just adhered it. So I'm going to grab one of my little punches. It's probably the same one I used last time for this wider ribbon. And we're going to add a little tab there so that we can feed that in there. And then we're going to grab some glue dots or a glue dot. And I'm going to put it right in here so that when I go this way, I guess I really need it on the other side. I'm going to get one more. Didn't think that through very well. I'll put it, there's the glue dot. So that we can Well, this is where I'm going to do, we're going to make it look like it's going to be a faux tag. I'm going to grab that and do what we did with the other page, which I'm going to peek back at what I did. I think I just did, yeah, one. I cut that at about 12 inches, and I like to take my self-closing tweezers, and it'll just hold it in place for me while I want to make a knot. So I'm going to pull it tight and then do that, okay? And then be careful because I don't want it stuck to my page where I don't want it. And then I can do my bow. And just play around with it until you get the size of your bow. And then we're going to just stick that right back where we had it. Okay, love that. That's fun. Just another little added something. And then where else? You can kind of maneuver it to get it to go and do what you want it to do. I'm going to do, I really love this baker's twine. So we're going to put some over here and then right down in here. So kind of determine how long you want your tail to be. That'll kind of work. This is where we're going to bring in more glue dots. And we can put a glue dot on there. I can't talk tonight. Taking my tweezers, and I want to go up in there, probably up underneath there. I don't know if I can get up under there. So maybe I'll do it just right here. And you can flip these around. Like, again, you just kind of play with them until they end up kind of doing what you want them to do. All right. That just adds a little bling and sparkle to our Christmas pages. I'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to redo this one and make sure that's long enough. There we go. I think I just made my loop a little too small. There we go. Glue dot. We're about done. I do want to see if I can add a little bit of stamping in a couple of places. I'm doing it down here just to kind of create this triangle effect. If you need to pull that, there we go. I like it when it goes like that. I think that's cool. Okay, so stamps. Make merry. Where? I feel like we could do something around down in here. But if I do that, I could do Secret C. That would be pretty. I don't have, this would kind of be cute. We already have December up here. I haven't done anything with the holly. So let's see, we did Fa La La and Traditions last time. Oh, Make Merry. I kind of like this one because it goes with those. So let's see. Make Merry. And then anything else. I don't really want to fussy cut anything. Maybe we'll do that on another one. Oh my gosh. Like there's cat hair everywhere on here. Ugh. I don't think that's big enough. Okay, there's that. I might do it right in here. I'm thinking about that. And then let's see. All right, and so let me see. I guess it's easy to see what numbers I used. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think is all I've used. So there's 6 would be this one. So I'll add the 6 up here with a dimensional. And this could be for just this photo, or it could be for both of the photos. Then up here, how about we do a 7 for, let's see if I can kind of decide where I want to put it. Let's look at this one because we'll put another dimensional. I think I'll go right there. And then this would be 8, so we could put the 8 right there, except it's red on red. But I guess that's going to have to be okay. Unless I do it like this. We'll do this as 9 and this is 8. And so when I go to do my cards or my photos, I will, I think that'll work. Yeah, do 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think that one's going to be neat right down there. Don't really want to put it on the red right there. So I think I'll put it right here. Just barely let it overlap like that. And I'll number my journaling. I want to do probably some journaling strips right down here. So I'll have some journaling up here and some journaling down here. So maybe I won't have very much journaling, clearly, over here. So maybe that's where I want to stamp something right down in there. There it is. If I do it in, I think I like that. It'll be in the Secret C. Oh yeah, I like that. So Jeff just got home and not sure if Lady quite knows that yet. All right, Make Merry. Got a lot of words on this one. I'm trying to decide if I want to put anything down here. Stamp-wise, I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to leave it with just that one stamp on there this time. And then I can have room down here for some journaling strips. So since I don't have a lot of room here, I mean, I may and may not be able to get what I need in right here, then I'll have a little extra down here. And I'll number them, so if I'm doing 7, I can do 7, 8, 9 down here. All right, last but not least, we need to add some sequins. And let's see if we can go with some different colors this time. I did gold last time. What about if we do, yeah, I think I'm going to do the it's not Lost Lagoon, it's a pool party, I think. I like that. Let's do so something a little bit different. I'm going to do a few of each one of each size. So we'll have this cluster, we'll do something around this one, a big one, a little one, or medium. Yeah, I like that. See how just a little bit makes a huge difference. And the little one, where can I put it? Really need it up here somewhere. I think I'll put it right up there. All right, I think that is it. So we got all our little elements in, didn't do anything too extravagant this time. We'll see and do something fun. I keep thinking I want to do like a fun fold on a card, and then later I can show you how you put it in your page protector. So there we have project number 2 from our Keeping Traditions Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. We'll go over just real quick. We added our embellishments. We added a little bit of the baker's twine. I did some splattering. You can see that here and up here along. I even managed to get in a little bit of that red ribbon. I think this will be along all the pages because there's these little tabs, tops of the tag. Throughout the kit, I think, throughout the pages. And then same thing over here, a little bit of splattering. Don't you just love that little added extra bit of the shimmer brush, the Winkastella with the old olive ink. And then there's the rest of our embellishments with that twine. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this and want to recreate what I've created, then be sure to check out the link to purchase your scrapbooking workshop kit, and I'll send you a free package of the sequins so that you can decorate up your pages a little bit more as well. But don't forget also those extra added items, which would include the Keeping Traditions stamp set, along with the black, white, and gold baker's twine we used, maybe the stamping blends, along with a couple of the ink pads. So far, I think we've just used the Old Olive and the Secret Sea. And then, of course, we've used that ribbon too, that beautiful, real red, shiny ribbon. So those are some of the items that you can add on if you purchase through my website. If you want just the scrapbooking workshop kit, then you'll use the PayPal link. That would just probably make it easier for everybody. All right, so y'all have a great evening. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week for project number 3.